Hey guys, so we are gonna do the Hydro Dragon's quest, story quest. I mean Navia's. You would think she was the Hydro Dragon. Of course, Savat would have been flooded by this point. But yeah, we're gonna do Navia's go to the quest. Alright. Okay, let's see what Navia's quest has in store for us. Let's see. Predictions. She's gonna cry. Food is gonna be brought up. At some point, Paimon or the Traveler are gonna act like jerks. Probably Paimon. I'm assuming this place takes place after everything, so Malus and Silver aren't gonna be around. Rest in peace. What else? Yeah, that's all I can predict right now. Okay, where are we going? Down here. Hello. Hola. ¿Cómo está? You're in the wrong nation.
Partners.
Hello, Navia, my dear sweet Navia, who hasn't come home yet.
I didn't expect to run into you guys here today. Are you headed somewhere?
The Notlon, if you don't mind, even though that's not going to be for a while. Our daily dose of adventuring in. No plans. You want to hang out?
You, Navia? Are you still busy rebuilding Poisson?
Poisson!
We've wrapped up most of the rebuilding, but there are still a few things left to take care of. Stocking up on materials, confirming construction timelines, discussing compensation terms with families affected by the disaster. Between all of that, I've been making a lot of trips between the court and Poisson.
Poisson! Wasn't the Spina de Rosula affected too? Should you really be the ones offering compensation? Yeah, I mean, not really.
Though the victims have received relief payments from the court, in my opinion, as the administrators of Poisson, Spina de Rosula should take some responsibility as well. Our financial situation right now isn't the best, so all we've been doing is signing agreements for the damages to be repaid at a later date. Though just pieces of paper now, they demonstrate our commitment. They're necessary to restore the people's faith in us.
Whoa, spoken like a true president. You're a really responsible leader. That must be taking up most of your time though, right?
Oh, you bet. Between that and all the other errands I have to run at the court, I'm always forgetting one thing or another.
Let me guess, you're gonna ask us to go run errands for you. Here's a bunch of things that I didn't have a chance to do. Can you do them for me?
So before I came over this time, I took a page from Malus's book and decided to make a list of everything. This way, it's easy to see which tasks you haven't checked off. And since Malus loved using shorthand, I decided to also follow his example and come up with some shorthand of my own. But after running a few errands in the city, I'm kind of struggling to even read my own handwriting anymore.
That does sound like you, all right. So what kind of shorthand did you use?
Oh, want to take a look?
And this, like this shorthand. This is my strong hand.
Let Paimon see. Wait, there's nothing here but a bunch of weird symbols.
That's what shorthand is.
This looks like a piece of kelp wrapped around a stick. And this other one, is it supposed to be a boar in a box?
Hieroglyphs.
The first one has to do with confirming the final payment amount for the fishermen, while the second one is a reminder to try the new burger that just hit the market.
Okay, Paimon can definitely see how you might forget what each of these mean.
Told ya. Every time. We're not even like 5 minutes in and a food has already been brought up. Hoyo staff, I'm so sorry you guys are overworked. Because clearly you've got nothing but food on the mind half the time. No matter what quest, no matter what, food is always brought up. Are we going to have that burger? Are we going to try it? Are we going to dissect the burger and break down its components from the lettuce and the tomato and the juicy beef that consists? Are we going to do that? Are we going to do that? Please tell me we're going to do that. Yeah. Maybe just write it all out.
Thank you for your advice. These are the kinds of things you only really figure out once you've tried them out yourself. I thought that as long as I understood my shorthand when I came up with it, I'd be sure to remember the symbols when I looked at them later. Unfortunately, I've definitely proven myself wrong.
Breaking boundaries every day.
Well, now you know for next time.
Anyway, I should have already taken care of most of the things on the list. There are still a few symbols that I can't decipher, but I don't think they're anything too super important.
I just need you to go collect my mail for me and feed my cat and go to the court and talk to Neuvillette, even though that's probably something I should be doing.
Worst comes to worst, I'll just make another trip.
Oh, please. I insist. Let us do it for you.
Ah, so you're going to head back now?
Yep, that's the plan. Oh, actually, since we talked about the reconstruction earlier, want to come with me and check out the town for yourself?
I don't know what that kid is cheering at, but he's awfully happy.
You said you don't have any plans, right? So we can just catch a boat and head over. It won't take long at all.
It's a bit sudden, but
I know.
everyone doesn't see why not.
I mean,
Hunting, traveler.
a boat ride isn't a romantic first date, but...
Then let's go. We'll take a boat over.
Oh, you mean the aquabus, right? Like the Clementine line?
The Clementine line.
Oh, sorry. I meant our own boat. The aquabus doesn't have a station near Poisson, so
Poisson.
we'll use one of the Spina's boats.
Wait, why is this one highlighted? Oh, okay, this one's to confirm, because I've still got something to do, so why don't you head over there first? Okay.
Alright, follow me. I'll take you there.
Okay. He is a great president. In fact, I believe Navia would be a wonderful president. I'm all for a woman in the White House, and I believe Navia has what it takes. She would be a fine president indeed. Although she might flood the United States.
The engineer is still doing a few routine safety checks. We can head out as soon as we get the green light.
She like pulls up this big piece. She's like, huh, I wonder what this does. Yoink!
So, Paimon has always wanted to ask. The 3 aquabus lines are all named after people in your family, right?
Mo, Larry, and Curly.
Yeah, that's right. Callus and Navia are self-explanatory, while Clementine was the name that my mother went by.
Sweet Clementine. I know that's not what it says.
The Mora to build the lines, then why isn't there even a dedicated line to Poisson?
Poisson.
Spina di Rosula built all the lines, yet you still have to take a special boat just to go home. Paimon doesn't get it.
Well, what I heard is that most of our businesses don't actually use Poisson as a
Poisson.
hub. So there was no real reason to build a line straight to Poisson. You are right that it is a bit strange, though. If you've already committed to build 3 lines, why not just add a 4th?
Or 5th. Or 6th. Or 10th. Let's just change the entire structure of Fontaine to be nothing but aquabuses. Everywhere. You need to go to your house, there's an aquabus for that. If you need to go to that peak over there, there's an aquabus for that. If you want to go down to the very depths of the ocean, there will be an aquabus for that. Why stop at just 3? I will not stop. I will not stop until there's aquabuses all over Fontaine. Aquabuses. You step out of your house, there's an aquabus. You want to go into your living room, there's an aquabus. You want to go down the street to pet the cat down the road, there's an aquabus. I will not stop Make Fontaine great again.
Yeah, that's what Paimon's saying.
That's what Navia will do.
Convenient. It's really...
Well, it is what it is. You know what my father was like. Even I often struggled to figure out what was going on in his head.
You know what my father always said? Make Fontaine great again. Mufka. Yeah, it's those damn Mufka people.
But that would only be the case if he cared about what others thought.
Stupid, John.
My father was always really stubborn. Once he made up his mind, good luck getting him to change it.
Well, I mean, there's a few ways I'm sure you could change it, but I'm sure that would call for Miss Clementine. That is her mom's name, right?
From what I've heard, the rights of all the other members of the Spina only went as far as giving him advice or suggestions, and no farther. That included my mother, too.
Huh. Well, that explains why you weren't on the greatest of terms with him.
What's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, because I wouldn't just let him keep getting his way. He was just... not very agreeable.
Boss, the boat's ready. We can head out.
I found a few parts I don't think we need, so I just tossed them overboard.
All right, then let's head out.
Why is the boat not moving? Chugga, 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 chugga. I want her to pull Steamboat
It'll
Willie.
be a while before we get to Poisson. Let's keep talking.
You know, she's sitting there in the front, she's
Navia,
like,
what was your mother like as a person?
well, she's a woman.
Oh, Paimon, sorry. She totally forgot that you mentioned before that she passed away during childbirth, so you probably don't remember her at all.
All I know is that she was a woman.
That's all right. I've heard many stories about her from the rest of the Spina. They've always said that they were sure we would have gotten along famously.
She was a woman, so there's that.
While my papa was stiff like a board, my mother was supposedly super cheerful and funny. Their complementary personalities allowed them to make up for each other's flaws.
Yeah, I'm sure your papa was stiff like a board when your mama was around.
My father would run the businesses and expand our reach, while my mother would keep the peace and make sure that everyone was happy. Their work made sure that the Spina could grow and thrive.
And at the end of the day, she was making sure that your daddy could grow and thrive.
Sounds like they were not just a well-matched couple, but fantastic business partners as well.
Yeah.
I find it
Those are
interesting
just
that...
stories and anecdotes after all.
So,
It's hard for me to piece together a more complete or intimate picture of her. But sometimes
that's interesting.
I'd still look at the Clementine line and wonder, would the Spina and Poisson still be what they are today had my mother survived? Silver once said that a name is a kind of inscription, a way to etch a memory into the world. When given a name, a cold, inanimate object can gain a completely new meaning.
A cold, inanimate object. You mean like my wee-wee?
I will always associate the line with her in my heart. Over the past few weeks, I've also begun to appreciate how water can take in and hold our most intense feelings and memories, as well as how one may reflect on their past by watching the sea.
Oh, please, don't cry. Hydro Dragon, don't cry.
I've lost many beloved people and memories to the sea. Even though I cannot stop for them and must continue to keep moving, the fact won't change that they existed in my life and gave me the reason and motivation to move forward.
Why not just bring up a different subject? Because now it's like, do you miss them?
Always. But no matter what,
I didn't click anything.
can't change the past.
What's with this sudden, instant, auto click? If that's what the auto here thing is for.
I tell myself that I need to keep looking towards the future. Everyone, even my parents, have already overcome so many obstacles. Besides, I'm the president of Spina.
And a fine president she is.
I've got to keep my chin up. We've reached the shore. Let's go. I'll show you the new poisson.
Poisson. That bird's like, I'm happy. I get to see my friends. I hope they come back soon.
Navia, do you think she's doing all right?
No. She seems to be managing.
Okay. Paimon supposes you're right. She's really been through a lot. It couldn't have been easy shouldering so much by herself.
You know, she could have been holding something in for like 500 years. Alright. So, enter new poisson. I'm guessing, can I go through here? I mean, it's the old poisson, it's just...
Time to go.
It's the old one, it's just, what, updated? Or not falling apart, or what?
Boss, you're back! Traveler and Paimon!
Sora,
Welcome
Donald,
back to Poisson.
Goofy!
Oh, hey! Fancy seeing you again, Florent.
Florent?
Turn to take care of Navia now.
Hey, I can totally take care of myself. For the time being, I'll go around without any attendance. We did hand over some of Malus's old responsibilities to Florent, though. It's been really nice to have him around to help out.
Thank you for the compliment, boss.
Oh, God.
As you see, I've been working closely with the boss on rebuilding Poisson. Mr. Malus was an extremely capable and respected member of the Spina. I've got some really big shoes to fill.
All right. There's no need to be so formal. Everyone's practically old friends by now. Were you waiting here for me? Did we manage to make any progress on the statue?
Yeah, we contacted a sculptor about the job, but they can't get started on sourcing a correctly sized block without knowing the design that we want to use first.
As the president of Spinity Lusula, I'm building a statue of me. It's the biggest, the best statue. Never before has there been a statue so wonderful.
So basically,
The statue
we've
of
been
her.
meaning to commission a statue of my parents
Oh.
in commemoration of everything they've done for the Spina and the town of Poisson.
She gets a statue built and she's like,
But since my father
we call
was
it
known
Buddy
as Callus
Navia.
the Unfaithful for the longest time, it would have been too controversial to commission a statue of him. But now that his name has been cleared, and the town is also being rebuilt, I thought this would be the perfect chance to actually realize this dream.
The funds to build the statue were freely donated by the people of Poisson to show their appreciation for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus and everything they did.
Me? I'm just the newbie president that's running around and causing everyone trouble.
yeah, you can't keep your mouth shut during trials.
Maybe we can have this conversation again in a few decades, once
Still
I've done
around.
more for the town and the people.
If you're still around.
Hey, there's no need to be so humble. Didn't you just help save the entire country?
No, that was me.
I agree wholeheartedly. I also believe that Boss should have a place on the statue.
Oh, well, fine, if you insist.
Hey, if you keep inflating my ego like this, I might just float off into the sky with my parasol.
Nyeh.
Just kidding. There's no way that I'd accept that kind of compliment at face value. At a minimum, I'd have to match what my father did for the people. Thanks for the vote of confidence. I just don't think I'm ready yet. Anyway, Florent, now it's up to us to confirm the final design, right?
Mm-hmm. We can ask the sculptor to start looking for a good block once we've decided on the poses for Miss Clementine and Mr. Callus. But we haven't had any real discussions yet on the possible designs. I feel like I should get a few promising designs first, and then send them over to you to review.
There's no need for all that. Let's decide on a design right now. Hey, you! Come over here with me.
Are you gonna pay me like one of your French girls? Me? No, the one who looks just like you. I'm on
modeling a few poses, of course. Here, just pretend to be Callus, and I'll be Clementine.
My dream is coming true. Can we do JoJo poses?
Didn't you say on the boat that Callus and Clementine sounded like great partners? Well, then there's no one better to fill this role than my most valuable partner.
You're like a dramatic, you know, standing there like this, and she's like down, like, you know, looking up at her, up at him.
Florent, let's grab some reference shots.
You've got it, boss. I'll go get the camera.
It's more extreme when it's spelled with a K.
Well, what do you think? Got any ideas?
Oh, shouldn't you be running the show?
Well, I've actually discussed it a bit with Florent before, but I could never come up with any fresh or original ideas. It's probably because my idea of them is already kind of set in stone.
Okay, well, I can stand like this, and you can flip yourself upside down, and we can, in hands like that, it would be like an hourglass. Just our heads touching.
So
It'd be
I
great.
want to pick your brain for a bit.
Enjoy
and
building
see if
it.
you can come up with some new and interesting ideas.
I'll tell you, Navia, I don't know about statues, but I'd say it'd be a lot better if we took these funds and we built a wall. We need to block Fontaine from everyone else. Fontaine is supreme.
I'm all good here, boss. Feel free to start posing whenever.
We need to keep out those dirty Mondstadians, those disgusting people from Liyue, and all those people from Inazuma. They don't need to be here. They don't. Sumeru what? Get him out, keep him out. We need to build a wall. Like a happy pose.
Happy pose? You mean something like we were laughing together at a funny joke?
Does anyone have a bowl of salad? Women in commercials love laughing with bowls of salad.
Would all that be able to come through with just a picture?
Laughing so hard you throw up. It's like,
Would we even be able to tell what they are supposed to be laughing about?
a bowl of salad.
Yeah, and that'd probably be a massive pain to sculpt as well.
Or granola. Or what other things do women laugh with? And yogurt. I mean, any one of these things is apparently just, you know, you open it and start eating and hilarity ensues. So,
Could one of you try striking a pose like you're talking while the other one laughs? That actually sounds pretty hard to pull off. Forget it, let's try something else.
okay, well. Paimon, get over here. Your stand now. Time to do some JoJo poses. They're the only ones worth doing.
Imposing, huh? Oh, I've got it. Let's try this.
No, I said imposing, not smug.
This pose. It makes me recall Sfina di Rasula's glorious golden age.
But isn't Clementine's pose a bit too bold and heroic? Was she really that kind of person? If we were to stick with this pose, maybe people would wonder if she was actually the real boss behind the scenes.
Well, tabloids did indeed speculate as much back in the day, but the Spina pulled a few strings and made both the report and the journalist disappear.
Huh.
Oh, Paimon was just kidding! Please don't make Paimon disappear.
Trust me, you wouldn't disappear even if I made you.
What Florent meant was that we asked the journalist to choose a new alias. You're right, though, that this may not accurately represent the image of her in our hearts. Let's try to come up with something else.
We need Cartman for this one. You all have to be looking different directions like you don't care.
Ah, by that, do you mean as if we were standing on a boat and looking out at the sea? Sure, let's give that a try.
Faith +1.
Whoa, you really remind Paimon of a captain and their first mate. Look over there, my dear Clementine. As you can see, every tree on that island is dripping with mora fruit.
Mora fruit? Tell me, Paimon, where do I get this Mora fruit?
But there's something off with the composition. This pose makes Mr. Callus look too tall next to the lady.
Oh, I see what you mean. Then let's swap.
Well, Paimon is a fan. A statue like this would look fantastic on a boat.
We're on a wall. The biggest wall ever built.
Wait, but we can't do that. Very few people would see the statue if we were to put it on a boat. This statue is meant to be placed in the town.
No, just stick it on a boat and just have it go around Fontaine. Doesn't have to have anything to do. Just go around, just showing it off.
But then, since we're putting it in the town, the whole point of the pose would be lost.
Oh, okay. We'll try to think of something else.
Are we still doing this? Oh, we got Dark Navia.
We tried a bunch of different ideas, but none of them felt right.
Telling you.
A lot of brain juice now, too.
Telling you, JoJo poses are the only way to go.
Oh, don't worry. We still got a lot of reference shots out of the session, and each of them can be considered to be a souvenir in their own right. Man, if I knew I was going to do a photo shoot with the Traveler, I would have prepared a lot of outfits and props ahead of time. Oh, outfits! Ugh, that's the errand I forgot back in the city. Do either of you still remember that girl? The girl I went to see with you two. Her name is Adele.
Yeah.
Oh, Paimon remembers her. She was the one that we met while investigating Mr. Callus's case, right?
Yeah, I remember her.
Yes, that's exactly who I'm talking about. So, after the case, she was finally willing to talk to me, and she told me that she wanted to join the Spina too. I said that it's fine, but young children are not allowed to join the Spina. She will just have to wait a few years.
You want us to go
and then
talk
we'll
to her or
welcome
something?
her with open arms. Since she's still a child, though, she thought I was just trying to let her down gently. But how could I get her to believe that I meant what I said? In the end, I came up with an idea. I'd have a Spina uniform made and give it to her as a gift. But I got so busy and distracted in the city that I forgot to pick the uniform up.
Okay, we'll go pick it up. We'll give it to
So
her,
I
okay?
did forget something important after all.
Don't worry, boss. I can send someone to pick.
On the matter of the statue, we should still come up with a few more ideas for the design. I'll have to trouble you to source some for me.
We could have just done that from the start. Yeah, you're right. They'll have some value as souvenirs at least.
Don't worry, we'll go get that uniform.
Navia! Florent, guess who's back?
Back again.
Huh? But aren't you supposed to?
Dead?
Oh, well, if it isn't Coulter. Back already from the Fortress of Meripede?
I kept hearing crap. I thought it was something, but it's just a bird.
That's right. I finally finished serving my time. Gotta say, turns out I was a lot tougher than I thought. After I got out, I immediately made a beeline back to Poisson.
Poisson.
You could say that familiar, briny smell became a primal call, urging me to forget everything else and just come back home. You wouldn't believe how much I've missed Melissa's grilled fish. I dreamed about it every time I had to get a welfare meal down there underneath the sea.
Under the sea.
It's good to have you back, Coulter. You look as well as ever.
Yeah, whatever.
And this guy
Yeah, exactly.
is?
Ah, let me introduce you. This is Coulter, another of Spina di Rosula's members. He was found guilty and sentenced to the Fortress of Meripede some time ago.
Guilty of what?
But, looking at it now, It was probably another one of Marcel's plots while he worked at the Confrérie of Cabrières.
Wait, Mr. Marcel. What do you mean? He was involved in some sort of plot?
Meh.
Have you not heard anything at all about the water from the primordial sea case?
Well, I know that Fontaine got flooded, but then the water levels miraculously receded. I thought that was all there was to it and didn't care to ask for any more details. Do you mean Mr. Marcel was somehow involved with all that?
Oh, looks like we'll have to explain everything from the top. That case, a lot of things have happened in Poisson since then. First things first, let me introduce you to these two. They're my most trusted partners, and they've been with me through thick and thin. Now you could call
We
them
haven't.
Spina di Rosula's VIP helpers.
Oh, nice to meet you. I don't recall Navia ever generously complimenting anyone like that before, so you must be pretty amazing to get that from her.
Yeah, we're pretty awesome.
Yeah, we are indeed pretty amazing. But we've been cool since before we even met her.
Humble again as always, I see. Even when I was totally sincere with my praise.
Nice. Spina di Rosula always seems to attract great people.
Unless they're not.
Oh, that reminds me. Where are Malus and Silver?
No,
always
don't
by
bring
your
them
side?
up!
About that.
Coulter, a lot of things happened while you were gone. As you can see, even Poisson isn't quite the same as how it was before you left.
No, it looks exactly the same.
They lost their lives, keeping me safe during the flood.
What did you say?
I beg your pardon?
This isn't some kind of morbid welcome home prank, right? You're just scaring me on purpose because I don't know anything about what's happened.
Right, they're hiding behind that, the thing right over there, and he's like, "Hey, we're actually right here, you dumbass!" And Silver's like, "Oh, that's what you get for getting arrested."
I'm sorry, but it's the truth. They weren't the only people we lost either. Many others, including Melissa,
Who?
also lost their lives in the disaster.
Melissa? Who?
Malus and Melissa. Dead. They're just gone?
If you can... If Malus and Melissa did a fusion, you'd get Melissa. Fun fact.
Malus. I was planning to give him a surprise gift once I ran into him again in town.
We'll take it.
I can't believe it.
I mean, we'll take it over to his... You know, his tombstone and, you know, lay it there.
Hey,
Malus and Coulter were friends for many years, and even served on many missions together during the early days of the Spina. I can understand how he feels.
No, you can't.
Oh, let's sit down somewhere, so I can tell you everything that has happened while you were gone. Fair warning, there was a lot.
Like, what do you mean? Well, Malus and Silver died. Farina isn't actually a Hydro Archon. Nuvalet was a Hydro Dragon who got his powers back. Fontaine was flooded, and then it wasn't flooded. A lot of people have died. People were turned into puddles. So...
Okay.
all of you explains everything. Where are you, Coulter? And Coulter. Oh, you're all the way up over there. On the wannabe Risley ship. Risley did it better, you bitch. Now something to do. Have you tried your mother? Do I look like Chris Chan to you? Okay. Navia explains everything that happened recently. See? Just like what I said.
All of this. It's unbelievable. I can't believe that those stories were real. It all really happened. Has the world gone mad?
Yes.
I think you and I both feel the same way. about the profound tragedy of Melusa's loss. And the sheer depravity of Marcel's actions.
I thought Mr. Marcel would always stand by the Spina. Everything he had, the Spina gave to him. It's unconscionable to have received all that, and yet still plot to kidnap and dissolve you for his insane research.
Yeah, he was he was a little cray-cray.
The good news is that the Confrérie of Cabriere is no more.
We killed
Along
them.
with them too is the entire synth manufacturing and distribution network.
We killed all of them too.
We finally closed the curtain on that long struggle.
And then we strangled them with it.
Are you sure? But if Marcel wanted to rebel against us, he probably sent word in secret to Romeu.
Romu?
Not a name I've heard before either.
Florent should remember him. You see, there was once a major internal dispute regarding funding the construction of the Aquabus lines.
Speaking of aquabuses.
Romeu was the leader of the faction that thought such a vast sum of mora would be better spent improving the town of Poisson. But Mr. Callis believed that an opportunity to collaborate with the Court of Fontaine and the Fontaine Research Institute was hard to come by, and would allow us to build many valuable relationships. Not only would the Aquabus be a good business investment, it would also boost our reputation among the general populace, eventually paying us massive dividends down the line. But the two couldn't come to an agreement. Romeu ended up taking a lot of people with him when he left Spino di Rosula altogether, and the split was on extremely bad terms.
Ugh. And with Papa's stubbornness, I can definitely imagine how it must have gone down.
And of course, when he was suffering the slings and arrows of outrageous injustice, those relationships that he spent a fortune to build didn't help in the least.
Yeah, you could say it was the price he paid for sticking to his beliefs.
Oh, that's a good point. If Callus was really as stubborn as you say, then wouldn't he have argued with the rank and file all the time?
Oh yeah, it eventually became a thing that just happened on every day that ended with Y. But Navia, boss, you might not know this, but he wasn't always like that. He used to be a lot better with taking counsel. With him listening to our advice, and Ms. Clementine also frequently on our side, it was pretty smooth sailing for a good many years. But on the matter of the Aquabus, even Ms. Clementine completely stood by Mr. Callus's side.
Huh. I never knew. But from my perspective, Romeu's position had a lot going for it. Couldn't they have sat down and talked it out?
I think the Aquabus was just the straw that broke the camel's back. On that topic, they eventually came to a rather radical conclusion.
We would just kill everyone.
They believed that Miss Clementine lost her ability to serve as an impartial mediator when she became pregnant with Callus's child.
So, they thought she had betrayed them?
Murder.
But that doesn't make any sense. Before she was their mediator, my mother was also her own person, and a member of the Spina. She should have the right to take any side she wished.
Yeah, but to them, even taking a side was betrayal enough. They felt like their voices could no longer be heard once their sole mediator had gone over to the other side.
The dark side.
Of course, Ms. Clementine then passed away, and Mr. Callus began to regard the completion of the Aquabus project as her final wish. With that, the last hope of reconciliation was gone.
So that's what happened.
From that point on, Romeu and his people cut ties with the Spina, and never gave us any kind of professional or personal courtesy ever again. Perhaps they've regarded us as enemies ever since they left. But even so, there is still no proof that they ever acted in concert with Marcel.
Honestly, I would prefer talking about food right now.
I've also heard that they aren't in a good financial position, so they've been lying low for a while. But as long as they exist, they'll continue to be a threat.
I think Coulter's got a point. Both Marcel and Romeu had my father in their sights for a very long time. Even though Marcel's faction has been dissolved, we still don't know anything about Romeu's whereabouts. If they're still trying to get revenge on us, with how distracted and vulnerable we are, now would be the best time.
Can we do like a domain dungeon type thing here where we find out where these people are hiding and we deal with them? Can I kill something this storyline or something, please? That would be great.
Good thinking, boss. We should keep an eye on them at all times. I'll let my men know right away.
Thank you for that, Florent. And Coulter, thank you for telling me about this as well.
Don't worry, it's nothing. Do you have a moment right now? How about we go out for a walk?
You shall not take away, demoiselle. She stays right here with me.
I've heard so many incredulous things today. I'm finding it a bit hard to calm down even now. I mean, to think that I'll just never see them again.
In that case, why don't we go back to the court? I can pick up Adele's uniform while we're there as well. It'll save Laurent's guys a trip.
No, let's pick it up.
Want to come with me again, you two? You don't mind, do you, Coulter?
No, of course not.
Of course. That's fine by me.
Then let's go! Paimon feels like a lot's hinging on this.
Yeah.
We really are the best of partners. Come on, let's go.
Yes. Will you marry me? Okay, so where are we going? The court? Relax with color as you head to the court. Huh.
Are we not taking the boat this time?
No.
It's nice to walk from time to time, isn't it?
Yeah, whatever. Oh, God. Ugh. My life is slowly draining in front of me.
We can stay a few days before we return.
Sounds good. I haven't walked this road in a long time.
Well, why don't you marry the road if you love it so damn much? Please, can I fight something? I don't like, you know, quests where they're just like, blah, 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 run to here, to there, blah, 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 now you gotta go there, blah, 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 blah. Can I fight something, please?
Well, we've walked far enough for now. Let's take a break. Since we're out for a walk, we shouldn't stress too much about the destination.
I've grown old, so I'm not as fit as before. It's a good thing that at least my work down in the fortress was quite the workout.
Well, Paimon thinks you're doing great. We didn't have to slow down for you at all.
Back in the days before the aquabus lines were built, we often had to hike north with our goods, then catch a boat to the court.
We had to walk both ways, in the snow, no shoes, without an aquabus.
Malus and I must have traveled this way hundreds of times. When we were tired, we would lay down for a while on the grass, and when we were hungry, we'd catch a fish or two.
And then at night, we'd lay on the ground, gazing at the stars while holding hands.
The Spina was still on the rise back then. Mr. Callus was generous, and everyone had the chance to strike it rich. So, of course, we all worked really hard. And now, in the blink of an eye, the aquabus lines have been built, and this road has fallen into disuse. Oh, I know. I was just being a little nostalgic.
Then let's stay here a bit longer.
Oh, is this another chance to try some of Navia's macarons? I've been dreaming of that.
Yep, I figured you wouldn't say no to a few more.
Macarons! You get to try Navia's macaroni?
Oh, wait. Let me check if I have all the ingredients. Malus and Silver used to take care of tasks like this. Okay, the stove's looking good. And as for the ingredients, seems like we're all out of flour and sugar. The two most important... Oh, would you? Oh, but it would be too much to ask you to go on a trip just for those.
Well, luckily, I bought some before I got here. I really did. So...
We should contribute to making the macarons too. Don't worry, we cook out in the wild all the time, so he should have some stuff on hand.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
great. Then I'll leave the ingredient gathering to you. As long as we have some sweet flowers and wheat, I can start the baking.
Then I'll go look for some boxes nearby for a makeshift table and chairs.
Great. Then I'll prep the stove. Let's get to work, everyone.
Well, my job's already done, so. Some wheat.
Ah, how did it go?
I don't have enough.
You've all done your part. Just leave the rest to me.
Bakes a batch of macarons.
Whoa, these macarons look and taste magnificent! Your cooking is as good as ever. Navia.
Magnifique.
Boss's baking skills have always been famous. Everyone in the Spina knows how exceptionally talented she is.
You'd make an excellent ex-wife.
Oh, it's just a hobby. There's no need to praise me for it like that.
Have you two seriously never considered joining us? You're so close to the boss, and she obviously trusts you with all her heart, so...
Yeah, I know. We're awesome.
Yeah, I see. Is that why you have to always stay on the road?
I'm a rebel, Dottie.
You just happened to walk in on our little reunion. It's actually been quite a while since we last spent time together. Adventurers never stay in one place for long.
And
The
heroes
name of
never
Spina de
die.
Rosula would just tie them down. Besides, after everything we've been through together, I'm sure our hearts would remain intertwined even if we found ourselves on opposite sides of the world.
What kind of Kingdom Hearts bullshit is that? Which, I mean, I love Kingdom Hearts, but... Our hearts are connected.
Even if Paimon was far beyond the horizon, she'd still remember the delicious taste of Navia's macaron.
Macaron, macaron. No, I'm sorry, no.
I understand now. Then I am very lucky indeed to have been graced with the chance to meet the two of you.
Yeah, we're awesome.
I will endeavor to make the most of this short yet fortuitous encounter, and enjoy every moment we spend together.
We've got no wine with us, but let's still toast with water.
Water.
In celebration of this moment.
Seawater. Huh? I thought I heard something just now. It was just some small critter.
Cheers! Hey, what are you doing? Quick, join in on the toast!
But I don't like toast. I like buttered toast.
May your travels go smoothly. May the Spina continue to grow. And may our friendship last until the end of time.
And then they all get shot right then and there. Okay, what? Let's see. Really? This one? It's always this freaking quest. Okay, I think we're back on track now. That quest that kept getting in the way was the most boring quest I've ever... It's just basically you go into the court and you're running back and forth, back and forth, talking to a bunch of jerks. It was so annoying.
Hey there, Ludovine. How's business lately?
I'm not here for small talk, just give me the dress or whatever.
The Demoiselle of Spina de Rosula. I must say, your generous patronage is the one thing keeping me from going bankrupt.
Malus used to call me Demoiselle.
Nonsense. We all know what a talented businesswoman you are. No, and don't forget, she's the boss now.
My mistake, my mistake. I just got so used to calling her Demoiselle. Are you here for the uniform?
Yes, can you just give it to us so we can leave?
Yep. I forgot to drop by earlier when I was running errands around here.
I didn't expect Demoiselle to come and pick it up in person. It's just a uniform after all.
Navia's always liked to take even small things seriously.
Yeah. She likes to take small things seriously. That's why with her, I'm safe.
Hey, that's not the only reason I'm here. We mostly just needed a walk to clear our heads. There are few things more uplifting than taking the first step on a new journey.
Boss has got a point. Going on a trip with friends is always better than staying cooped up at home.
Very well. Please, wait here while I retrieve the uniform for you.
Can someone remind Paimon again why Adele wants to join the Spina?
Because it's amazing.
She hasn't given me any concrete reasons. All she says is that she really looks up to me.
Well, she's a kid, so yeah, she looks up to you, because you're a lot taller than she is.
After we cleared her father's name, she became a lot more cheerful and outgoing. It's probably because she now knows for sure that her father was never a bad person. She said she used to be terrified of Papa, so as a result, she found all the rest of the Spina super scary as well. But the Spina is very different now. She mustered up the courage to talk to me, and felt like I could really understand her. Yeah, you could say that. By uncovering the truth about the case, I was able to give her closure at the same time. She said that she wanted to become someone like me, someone who could lend a hand to others, instead of standing still and waiting for others to help her.
From the sound of it, she'll be a wonderful addition to the Spina.
I think so too. But for now, let's focus on giving her a great atmosphere to grow and thrive. She can commit to us once she's older, and can really make that decision for herself.
Yes. Suspicious looking person, let's go take him out. No, you weren't.
Is something up, Traveler?
Follow me.
Huh? Tailing? Oh, Paimon's coming.
Paimon doesn't have a tail.
I'll go check it out too. Coulter, please hold on to this for me.
All right.
All right, I'll just stand here holding it.
Paimon saw them too. They headed up.
Stop right there!
Stop right there, you possible sus person. Paimon sure is tired.
We knew you were going to be difficult.
Seems like if we want them to talk, we're gonna need to teach them a lesson first.
Now you're speaking my language.
Brothers, there's no need to skulk in the dark anymore. Let's take them out!
Yes, we get to kill stuff.
This is order.
This is long overdue.
And I think we'll just finish him with
Feeling lucky.
a little bit of Navia.
Now, talk. Who are you? And why were you tailing us?
It's okay. There we go. I was gonna say, does it go on the whole time because it's a cutscene? I am the one who knocks.
Don't think we'll let you off easy if you keep silent.
How did it go, boss? Are any of you hurt?
No, but these guys aren't hurting enough.
If
Take
you
care of them,
thought
Coulter.
they stood any chance against us, you were sorely mistaken. Anyway, stop playing tough and start talking. There won't be any room for negotiation once the Maison Gardiennage gets involved.
I can make up words too, you know.
We're looking to get vengeance on Spina di Rosula. We were discovered, and can't beat you in a fight. We admit it. We lost.
Get revenge? Wait, you're not Romeu's followers, are you?
How did you know?
You actually know that name? But if you do, then surely you should understand why we hate you so much.
I would advise you to calm down. You know, since we just beat you the first time and we were going easy on you. So if you don't want to ever get up again, you know, just keep doing it.
Indeed. You haven't got the faintest hope of winning right now.
We were out drinking when we saw Navia. We got so angry we decided to follow you guys and look for an opportunity to really mess up your day.
Well, it looks like we really messed up your day instead.
Too bad you guys messed up ours first.
I know, I just said that. Why you always lying?
Huh?
You followed us all the way here. There's more to this.
You're pretty sharp. But so what? We didn't do anything. And now it should be pretty obvious that we can't do anything to you anyway.
But our boss sure can. You better watch out for him, because one day he's gonna make you pay.
Seeing you like that just really ticked us off. And we let the drink go to our heads.
Listen, Callus is long dead. No matter what happened in the past, I want to be able to start things anew. I am the current president of Spina di Rosula. If your boss wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to meet with him. I won't press charges for your attack. That should also help demonstrate my sincerity.
I understand. Thank you. I'll let our boss know.
It's like the alternative is we can just go straight to Neverlet and we can tell him what's happening. And, you know, he's not gonna, you know... If it was any other normal citizen, he probably would go through a trial and all that. But considering how close, you know, Navia is to everyone there and kind of to him, and so that's one person, you know, it's no.
But if you so much as think about pulling something like this again, I won't be so lenient next time.
All right. We get it. Come on, let's go.
Let's go back to the future.
Are you sure it's okay to just let them go like that, Navia?
Yeah, why? What are they gonna do to us? We have visions, they don't. Well, I have a vision. You guys don't. But we just kicked their asses, so really, what are they gonna do to us?
I don't want to inherit my father's grudges, too. And moreover, when it comes to the Aquabus, I don't think what my father did was entirely correct either.
He was just trying to make Aquabuses great again. MAGA for short.
If the other side is willing to talk, I'm happy to open the door for a reconciliation. Opportunities for new beginnings are all around us.
I support Boss's decision as well. The concept of an eye for an eye is a primitive practice that has no place in today's Spina di Rosula.
Yes. Plus, we already know that they're strapped for cash. If their financial situation is that dire, they don't have what it takes to challenge us. So this may be the best time to talk. I still think we should keep an eye out for Romeo's folks, though. If he decides to ignore the warning I gave his men, then we could still have a fight on our hands.
What fight? You alone can handle them. What fight are we talking
those
about?
Those guys definitely didn't look like big fans of yours.
Yeah, they look like some pretty tough customers.
I'd rather things not go that far, since, though we haven't talked to each other for years, once upon a time we were all a part of the Spina di Rosula family.
Yep, that's how I feel as well. Anyway, now that we've sent them packing, we don't have to worry about those guys anymore.
Can we please just deliver this thing?
It's getting late already. So why don't we stay the night in the Fleuve Cendre? We can head back to Poisson tomorrow. I'll also ask someone to write Florent a letter and inform him of everything that happened here today, so he can increase security around Poisson and be on guard against any suspicious individuals.
Do we have to stay in the Fleuve Cendre again? Even the pillows there smell like seaweed.
Sorry, that's just what happens when you live near water and don't get much sunlight. Poisson's pretty much the same though, so I've long since gotten used to it. We can still go out in the evening for some grilled fish and drinks though. Betcha there'll be people singing sea shanties too. How does that sound?
Drinks, you say?
Huh. That does sound pretty cool. Okay, Paimon's on board now. Let's go. Paimon wants to sing too.
No, Paimon, we're gonna need a couple drinks first. When I say a couple, a lot. Head back to Poisson. Yeah. La Poisson. Getting to know you.
Time to go.
Okay, isn't it like right over here or something?
Time to go.
Yeah. Okay, is it actually right? This the one? I thought it was, but yeah, up here or down here rather. I just took the long way.
Coming back here really does feel like this place is starting to grow on Paimon. If you think about it, it would be kind of weird if the Spina's base at the court was some super luxurious building like the Palais Mermonia.
Totally. Right on the money, Paimon. Although, of course, with the continued growth of the Spina, Papa wanted Poisson to eventually grow into a metropolis, not unlike the court. He was a very ambitious man, who rarely looked behind or beneath him. For better or worse, that always made him stand out from the crowd.
And that's also why people hated him just as much as they loved him.
All right. Why don't you go wait for me at the
Oh
restaurant?
boy.
I'll go do some prep, and I'll get someone to tidy up your room while I'm at it. You can use the same room as last time. You still remember the room number, yeah?
Yeah, there's only like one room, so.
Kinda hard to forget when there are only so many rooms here after all.
Wow, I honestly feel like me and Paimon are on the same wavelength for once.
Oh, did I just hear someone taking a dig at Fleuve Cendre? I'll
Yes.
tell my guys to stuff your pillows full of actual seaweed right now.
Oh, Paimon, sorry! Please have mercy, Navia. If you do that, then Paimon
Now
really
see,
won't be able to sleep at all.
you just float.
Time to go.
Oh boy, I wonder what we're going to eat. Actually, talk to him. Got a problem? Oh. No, nothing to sell? Okay. Anything? Actually, I don't think I've ever... Is there anything up here?
The wind knows me.
I mean, I don't know if there's anything like chest-wise up here. I don't remember ever coming up here. Maybe I have? Nope. Ah,
A fateful offering.
a fateful offer. Anything else over there? Nope. That was pretty tricky-dicky. Anything else? No. Okay. I was looking up there. I'm like, wait a minute. I don't think I've ever been up there. No, that's not what I... No.
Really need those parts.
You enjoy a fantastic meal as well as a wonderful performance. By Paimon, who
Hello?
flies into a door.
Are you asleep yet?
Yes.
Oh, no, not at all. I just figured that since we don't get to enjoy nights like these very often, we should try to enjoy it to the fullest.
Man, if you wanted to spend the night with me, all you had to do was say so.
Wanna go fishing? I've got some rods and lures ready.
I've got your fishing rod right here.
Oh, so that's the prep you were talking about. Sure, we'll come.
Was Paimon's face being smothered by a pillow?
Hopefully I didn't wake you or anything.
Since the invitation is coming from you.
I knew it. You really are my best partner. Okay, let's go. To the fishing spot.
Yes, the fishing spot. We're gonna catch a real lunker. All 3 pounds of it. And then we'll be like, whoa! Fish with Navia. All the way over there. Paimon's gonna be like, I remember when I was caught. The traveler saved me because somehow my stupid ass landed in the ocean. It's just easier to go this way. I don't think there was anything really close by, so... Hello. Navia.
How can you call this fishing when you're using a fully automatic rod?
What's the problem? Lots of people in Poisson use rods like these.
But shouldn't fishing be all about, you know, attentively watching the float and then excitedly reeling in the catch when you finally hook something?
Well, that's one way to enjoy fishing. What do you think, traveler?
It is.
That's how I feel as well. To me, I'm happy as long as I catch some fish.
You know, Navia, we go good together.
Honestly, Paimon's mainly shocked at how much energy you still have at this hour. Usually by this time of night, it's a struggle for Paimon to even keep her eyes open.
When I'm around Paimon, I find it hard to keep my eyes open.
It might just be something that runs in my family.
A curse?
That's a thing?
I'm sure you'd get even sleepier if I delved more deeply into it. Anyway, I was just thinking about how grateful I am to my mother, as well as the rest of the Spina. My father always had a lot of unrealistic expectations for me. But the more that he tried to get me to become like him, the less I wanted to listen to what he had to say.
And then he died, and then I felt really bad about it.
My mother never had those kinds of expectations, though. I've heard that she had only one wish for me, which was that I would have a happy and secure childhood. All the members of the Spina greatly respected her wish, so no matter what I did as a child, they were happy to humor me.
Oh, there she goes. Stealing candy again.
Oh, don't mind her. It's just her being a child.
Can you imagine? Whenever my father wanted to scold me for something I'd done, everyone would form up into 2 rows and just stand silently and listen to him rant. Malouse and Silver were always there too.
Demoiselle can steal whatever she wants.
No matter what Papa yelled, nobody else would say a word. Eventually, Papa must have recognized scolding me over trivial matters was pointless, because he eventually stopped getting on my case so often.
It doesn't sound like trivial. It sounds like he was trying to discipline her and no one else was having it, though.
Paimon would have never guessed.
Yeah. Looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. When I was young, I often thought that I could do whatever I wanted, because there'd always be someone there to clean up after me. But once, I saw Malouse come back wounded. He wouldn't tell me how he'd been injured, but I could tell it had something to do with me.
What happened?
You know that dog that you kept poking before? Demoiselle? Yeah, well, it bit me.
I learned then that there's always a cost to making a mistake. The more you care about those around you, the more you should care about doing the right thing. to the best of your abilities, because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time
Yeah.
Sorry. I shouldn't have brought that up. I wasn't planning to talk about sad things tonight.
Can we just finish
Basically,
fishing? Or...
I was just saying that the nurturing atmosphere of the Spina must have been my mother's legacy, rather than my father's. And if that's the only way that I can continue to feel her love, then I'd like to pass that warmth on.
Is that why you let those guys go today?
Mm-hmm. Although, maybe there's a part of not wanting to repeat the mistakes of the past. I want to be reasonable, at least. Hey, look! I think you've got something on the line!
Maybe it's another Paimon!
But why isn't the rod automatically reeling it in?
Oh, there must be something wrong with how I installed the mechanism. It was my first time putting one of those rods together. We can't let it get away. Come on, you two. Let's catch it.
Well, I can just...
You want Paimon to help too?
This is how Paimon got stuck in the water in the first time. After some time... Well, come on. We don't even get to do it ourselves. For the rest of the night, your rod continues to rack up catch after catch.
You didn't attach a hook to your line?
No, I just thought it would look nice.
Stop wasting time. The boss ain't gonna wait all day.
You're wrong. He's here.
We'll go ahead with the operation tomorrow. Do with that information as you wish.
Well, your rod was missing a part too, so I guess that makes it fair.
Well, if we're just talking about the number of missing parts, sure. Oh, never mind. Paimon really can't keep her eyes open anymore.
Yeah, but her mouth sure keeps going, doesn't it?
All right, go to bed. I had a great time today. See you tomorrow.
Kiss goodnight, please, to hold me over.
So how was last night? Did you get a good night's sleep?
Paimon dreamt that she danced with the sea stars, so you could say it was stellar. Get it?
No, we don't get it, Paimon, because it's stupid.
I didn't know you had such a great sense of humor.
Wait, we just saw Coulter with that guy.
See? This guy gets it.
He's
Anyway,
evil.
Let's head out. I'll arrange for a boat to take us back to Poisson. I'm sure Adele will be happy to see you two again.
Yeah, I'll be happy to see Adele finally, because we've been waiting an hour and 13 minutes to give this freaking thing to her.
Paimon hopes she'll really appreciate your gift.
Be better after waiting this long to get
I
it.
hope so too.
So let's go give it to her right now. Cool. Yesterday's tears, tomorrow's light. Go to Pom Pom. No. All right, Adele, where are you? Okay. They show the guy we beat up, and Coulter, he's in cahoots with the people. How could he?
Adele!
Adele!
We brought you a gift from the court too.
Hello? It's me.
Whoa! Thank you so much, boss.
I've been wondering if after all these years you'd like to meet.
Don't call her boss, okay, Adele? Just Miss Navia would be fine.
You can call her mommy. What? You're not my real mommy?
Oh, it's all right. I don't mind. Besides the gift, I've also got another surprise. Guess who's here?
Sora, Donald, and Goofy?
It's been a while.
Hello again.
Oh, it's you two. It has been a while indeed. Thank you so much for your help on Jacques' case. I've heard that you also helped save all of Fontaine. You're truly just like the great heroes of legend.
Yeah, we're greater, though. I mean, we've slayed gods, made friends with gods. I mean, we're pretty freaking amazing.
You're really amazing.
That's what I just
And
said.
if Miss Navia's your friend, then she must be super amazing too.
No, just we are. She's just kind of here.
What's in this thing? Can I look?
No.
Of course. Go ahead.
Whoa, whoa!
A Spina di Rosula uniform! Is it for me? But isn't it a bit big?
Well, it's a gift for future you. When you first told me that you were interested in joining the Spina, I was overjoyed.
And even though it's too big, she puts it on. She's like, does it look good on me anyway?
But it's the Spina's responsibility to protect everyone as well. Being a member means becoming involved in all kinds of dangerous situations. And since you're still young, I don't want your mom to have to worry about your safety. So I turned you down then by telling you that you'll have to wait until you're older. But this uniform is a promise that you can join us once you're old enough to wear it.
Oh, so
But-
that's it. Well, thank you so much, Miss Navia. I'll work hard and grow up as fast as I can.
What if she grows up, but like, just in age? What if she doesn't get any bigger? Then she'll never be able to wear that uniform. You'd have to get it tailor-made again.
But you can't really grow up faster by working hard. You've got to be patient.
I don't trust you anymore.
Everyone, I'm really grateful that you remembered my daughter's wish and took it seriously. Thanks to the protection of the Spina, even though her father's no longer with us, we've still felt plenty of warmth and security.
Oh, it's the least we could do. As long as you live in Poisson, even if you're not an official member, you're still part of the family.
Because here, we're family.
Boss!
Huh? Is something up, Florent?
I've got something urgent to report. Romeu and his folks have gathered outside Poisson and even shipped in a huge pile of explosives.
Yes, we get to blow stuff up.
What? Explosives? What do they want?
Nani?
It seems like they've been planning this for some time. We started investigating as soon as we received your letter yesterday. But Romeu and his folks must have gotten wind as well, because they abandoned their former posts before we could even check on them. We investigated their tracks and found out that they're after Poisson.
Could they have smartened up since we caught them red-handed at the court?
Seems like they've got no interest in sitting down and talking at all. We should have gone straight to the Maison Gardiennage.
Sorry, I underestimated the situation. Well, too late now, I suppose. Florent, where are they keeping their explosives?
All over Poisson.
On the hill to the east of Poisson, near the Clementine line.
They want to blow up the Clementine line?
Certainly sounds like it.
No lines will be blown up on this
Romeu and
day.
his followers hate the Spina and everything to do with Callus. And the Aquabus was the source of their contention. If they manage to blow up the Aquabus line, all that rubble will come crashing down the hill and straight into Poisson.
Are they insane? There's tons of innocent people in Poisson.
It's like they don't care.
Yeah. If they've been planning this for ages, they're definitely not going to let this opportunity slip by. We have to issue an evacuation order to the townspeople and get them as far away from the entrance as possible.
Or I can
that
just
should
go
save
kill
them from
them.
the worst of it.
Let's get everyone onto our ship. That should be the safest place.
My dear partner, can I leave the Clementine line to you?
As long as I get
If the
to
explosives
destroy
do go
things.
off, not only would the people of Poisson be in danger, any aquabuses using the line would plummet to the ground. Let's stop their insanity first, then settle the score with them.
Leave it to us, Navia. Please stay safe, too.
As my future ex-wife, I will do what you say.
Let's go, you two. We've got to act fast. Miss Coralie, please take Adele to the ship.
It's too late.
Watch out, boss!
Oh no!
How dare you?
What do you think you're doing, Coulter?
I told you.
I thought all the annoying little hindrances had left, but I still couldn't get rid of you.
You mean this was all a trick? So that you'd be left alone with me? Coulter, are you with Romeo too? Oh. I get it now. You knew about their plans all along. You only told us they were doing badly so that we'd drop our guard.
Not quite. Though I share their positions on some issues, I've never cared for his more radical ideas. And that's because, out of the entire Spina di Rosula, I only hate you. Only you, Navia.
You turned me down that one time, and I've never forgotten it.
You better stick close to me.
Romeo promised me that he would leave Poisson alone if I could just take you out. But it was like you were glued at the hip to that pesky traveler. You never gave me a chance to make my move. Romeo has lost his patience. I didn't have to be here today, you know, but I swore that I'd kill you, even if it meant being buried with you in the rubble.
Why?
Well,
Only someone as clueless about the past as you would ask such a foolish question. You never saw the heyday of Spina di Rosula, nor did you ever live through the golden age of Poisson. But I saw it all with my own eyes, and then I had to watch it all die, little by little. And it was all because of you, Navia. Clementine died because of you. Callus died because of you. Malus and Silver died because of you. And so many more dead. Everyone dead, all because of you.
not really. I mean, Loose and Silver, that was not really her fault. So, I don't know what he's going on about.
So the shock and grief you showed us before, that was in Act 2?
Now you're catching on. I heard Malus was dead the moment I got out. Did you know? Down there in that blasted fortress, I spent a long time thinking about what happened and resolving to apologize to Malus as soon as I got out. Back then, because of that aqua bus, we had a huge fallout. I was convinced that all he cared about was loyalty, and that he had completely lost his capacity for critical thinking. The years passed by in a blur after that. I thought I had finally begun to understand him, and that he could help me relive the good old days again. But then he died, and it was because of you again, Navia.
No.
It's always because of you.
Oh god, she's gonna cry.
I once loved the Spina and Poisson more than anyone else. But what is left now of either besides death and ruin? You've single-handedly destroyed everything that was beautiful. Everything I've ever loved.
Honestly, she should cry. Drown everyone.
Don't listen to him, boss! He's just spouting nonsense!
Have you ever considered that maybe the people around you don't actually care about you at all? Have you ever considered that maybe you only get respect because you're Callus and Clementine's child? That you've never done anything worthy? That you're just a big nothing?
Yeah, I don't think that's the case here.
Have you ever considered that? Maybe people don't stay in Poisson because of you, but only because they have such beautiful memories of the past before you came.
Because if you do falter, there'll inevitably come a time when you'll have to face the consequences. And when that time comes, those most precious to you really will throw themselves in front of you and pay the price for your mistakes. Yeah, looking back on it now as an adult, I can hardly believe how patient and kind everyone was. But is that really why they support me? Is their kindness real?
Shut your mouth!
Oh yeah.
I, for one, really like Miss Navia. And my mom loves her too.
Shut up, you don't know what you're talking about.
I don't explain it, but I like her, and that's that.
I'm sure Mr. Malus would be extremely disappointed in you right now.
Yes, how dare you do such a thing to Demoiselle? I'll kill you myself, I don't care who you are.
Honestly, that would be awesome. I would love to see Malus and this guy battle to the death and him ending up with a dagger in his throat.
You somehow managed to pin the blame for every mistake and tragedy in our history on the boss herself.
Get out of the way, Florent. I don't want to hurt you.
You're gonna have to.
We're all forgetting one very small detail here. Navia is a vision user. Use your vision.
Boss, there's no time for this. Stop hesitating and get out of here before you get buried.
Maybe you think you're being the realist by painting the history of the Spina and Poisson like this.
But the love that I felt from everyone was just as real. I felt it. They've helped me get to where I am. And even now, I will continue to believe in that love. So let me show you just how much I love the Spina di Rosula.
Are we gonna get to play as Navia now? That'd be cool. Oh yeah.
This one's got your name on it.
Yeah. Yeah, blah 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 blah.
This one's got your name on it.
There you go down, Tubby.
Watch out! Fire!
Bombard them all.
With rocks.
What the hell is... How did... Oh.
Umbrella warfare, I guess. Watch out! Fire!
Bombard! Leave none alive.
Umbrella
Oh no, how did we lose? Again.
Laurent, I'll leave the town to you. Summon the other members and help with the evacuation of the townspeople.
We'll leave these guys here.
If you find any of Coulter's accomplices, subdue them quickly, and don't give them the chance to harm any ordinary civilians. I can't allow my partner to face the danger on the Clementine line alone.
I've taken down gods. I'm sure I'll be fine.
Got it, boss. I'm on it.
I'll be fine on the Clementine line.
Are you okay, Navia?
Navia. No.
I don't know, but I have to go.
From your river.
Let's hurry up there. We have to protect the Clementine line.
Yes, we have to make sure the Clementine line is
To
fine.
kind of blow up the waterway, they must have planted the explosives next to the support pillars.
Wow, look at Paimon using big brain for once.
We're way behind schedule.
Into the wind.
There is no escape.
No.
Order guide you.
Time to go.
Crimea River.
One with nature.
Now you shall perish.
They certainly brought a lot of muscle. They're really slowing us down. But if we're meeting resistance, we must be heading in the
Oh,
right direction.
flying zoinks.
The wind knows me.
I will have order.
Access denied. We're way behind schedule.
One with nature.
Oh boy.
These must be the explosives, right? And
Huh.
this is the control mechanism.
Let's smash it.
Handle it. Oh, Paimon's too scared to touch any of this stuff.
That's what you said last night.
Huh? There's a strangely shaped hole here. What is it for?
You know, in the beginning when I said that thing about what in the name of Kingdom Hearts? Well, I think we might need the Keyblade.
Oh, that certainly sounds possible. Maybe one of the people we just beat up had... Okay, you take this side, Paimon will take the other.
Yeah.
Oh, you found it!
Really? First person I loot? Don't mind me, just looting corpses. It's what what I do. It's what I'm good at. What I excel at. Yeah. The keyhole.
That
And it
should
stops.
do it, right?
Yes.
Navia and Florent should be able to relax now.
Yes, we should still check out the perimeter just in case.
Oh, you're right. They could have set explosives elsewhere, too.
Let's go. We trample their bodies as we run off. Oh, is this the actual cutscene? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We're gonna get some cool action going on. I mean, that's one way to do it. Rasengan! And then the mountain comes rolling down.
Great work, partner. Just leave the rest to me.
Watch out, Navia. You can't block them all.
Look, I'm doing this the Spina way.
Ooh, zesty. And then she misses one. Ass smack. I think I have to change my boxers now. Just throw the fat one into the water. That's his
I heard from
punishment.
Jerry that even they're your enemies now. They were once a part of Spina di Rosula. Do you plan to settle this privately with them?
I have nothing more to say to them, regardless of whether their hatred and anger towards me or the Spina was justified. Anyone who's willing to endanger innocent civilians is no longer sane enough to even be worth trying to talk to. Please prosecute them in accordance to the law. Spina di Rosula will not raise any objections.
And I'm sure Nouvellette will be happy to do it.
Sounds good. We're very appreciative of your help. Without it, the consequences would have been far worse. All right, this operation is a wrap. Take him away.
We won, Navia! We saved everyone!
For
I know,
France!
so cool.
Yeah. Luckily, we were just in time. It's probably because I expended too much elemental energy at once. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me.
I can't have my future ex-wife dying on me, so maybe we should get you home.
But you usually glow up whenever other people compliment you. Paimon's not used to seeing you like this.
She dying?
Boss, we managed to catch all the infiltrators in the town. The Maison Gardiennage is taking them away as well. Seems like Romeo really went all in on this mission. If he sent literally everyone he had, though, that also means we've caught them all too. We won't have to worry about them from now on.
Got it. That's good at least.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids and that emergency food.
Coulter,
How could you?
I can understand how you feel. The things that we lost, they're forever beyond our grasp now. And that makes them appear even more precious. I am not callous, and I will also never become him. The Spina and the Poisson that you loved are both gone. But I will not change how I feel about our future. I still believe that this is a great opportunity to start anew. I will spend more of what the Spina earns on the betterment of Poisson. What's more, I'd also like to propose some changes to the Aquabus routes, so that one day, the people of Poisson will enjoy the boons it brings as well.
I know what you're trying to say. Mr. Callus would never have said anything like that.
I'm suddenly feeling deeply saddened by how I acted.
There are too many things in life that are just beyond our control. In that, we are the same.
Henceforth, you are no longer a member of Spina di Rosula. But once you're discharged from the fortress again, you're welcome to pay another visit to Poisson.
Thank you, Navia.
I will deeply think upon my crimes in the fortress again and reflect and become a better person. Or he comes out twice as douchey. Huh.
As I thought. Boss really is a kind and gentle person.
She is also, I must say, a truly unlucky person. Thank you for protecting the Clementine line. I was actually really scared, you know. I mean, even the Callus line won't be getting rebuilt anytime soon. If I'd lost the Clementine line too, I wouldn't know how to live with myself. A name is a way to etch a memory onto the world. Losing the line that bears her name, that I can see every day, would be like losing my mother all over again. Seeing it still standing there, tall and proud, it makes me...
What happened while we were gone? Honestly, you look more upset than tired or anything.
Just give her some time.
Thank you so much. Can you give me a hand? I really don't have much strength left. Traveler, I want to ask you something.
Perfect picture.
Please, tell me the truth.
Yes, I will marry you.
Do you really see me as your partner?
Yes, can we just make it official already?
Of course.
That's good then.
And then she dies.
Hearing that
Navia!
brings me more relief than I can say.
Well, that was picture perfect. They can make that into the statue.
How do you feel, Navia? Any better after taking a break?
I feel quite a bit better. But I should probably still rest for a few more days. Sorry, partner. I said some weird things earlier. Feel free to just ignore me. I used to think that I'd never doubt myself. But you could say I've discovered that I'm not as strong as I thought I was.
Well, seeing all these characters and their flaws really makes you really appreciate Farina even more. I mean, what if Navia was put in that situation that she had to, like, put on this act for 500 years? I mean, I know this is Navia's story, but it just kind of really makes you appreciate Farina's character. You know, how, you know, we have strong female characters, but what Farina did. And she's just outright admits, she's like, I'm not as strong as I thought I was. You know, she gives in easily to mental anguish, and so Hoyoverse, you really did good. I mean, I love Navia. I really do. I love her character, I love her design, I love her voice, just everything about her. But, you know, seeing Farina, it kind of makes you wonder how well all these other characters would have done in that same position.
Coulter mentioned my parents, as well as Malus and Silver. It's all thanks to them that I've made it this far in life. Do you think they ever regretted the choices they made? Has my existence made this world a better place?
Don't think like that, Navia. You've already done more than enough. No matter what others think, we'll always support you to the end of the world.
And beyond.
Well, since it's ended up like this, I suppose it's time for me to make a
Don't
confession.
you dare! She's mine!
There's something that I've been keeping from you as well, boss.
Oh.
Please, follow me. Everything is already prepared.
Have you gone and prepared a wedding for her and me? That's amazing, Florent. You're amazing.
Florent, I hope you can understand that I can't deal with any more shocking revelations right now.
Don't worry. This surprise will be a pleasant one.
Yeah, let me just go get changed. Before we do, okay. How did I not see this before? How did I not do this one? I thought I've been all over doing all of these. Oh, what? Like right there? Oh, okay.
Beautiful treasures are a cause
Yeah,
for
whatever.
great
This wedding better be immaculate. Oh, wait. Is it put... Okay. First, it looked like it was on above the ground, but it's actually here. Is that a statue? Getting to know you.
Follow the wind.
Follow the wind. Hello. Don't mind me. I'm just attending my wedding. I've waited a long time for this moment, and Navia, I promise I will make you happy until I decide to divorce you. We'll have so many kids that most of them will have to be put up for adoption. Who's the old lady?
Why is everyone gathered here?
This is your grandma.
And what's...
Hello, Grandma
this?
Navia.
This was supposed to be a gift to you from everyone in the town.
Sacrifices.
We were originally planning to show it to you once it was finished. But special times call for special measures.
I thought
I've never
desperate
seen you
time
look
called
so
for desperate
defeated
measures.
before. So I've decided to show you the designs before the final product was done.
Do I really look that bad?
Well, if you're ready, I'll unveil the present.
Buster Callus.
This is...
Sparta!
Papa, Mother, and me.
We designed the look for Miss Clementine based on old camera records, as well as personal recollections from members of the Spina.
Wow! This is the statue you mentioned before?
It is indeed. To be honest, we decided on the design a long time ago, and gave the sculptor permission to begin working.
Okay, it's a really great statue, guys, but the person on the left, you can remove them, and the person on the right, you can remove them. The one in the middle, just fine.
We only asked Boss to decide on a design so she wouldn't realize we had already started.
Huh.
How could we
lie.
only have statues of Mr. Callus and Mrs. Clementine?
Even though Boss is still young, we've all seen the work she's put in regarding the whole synth business and the rebuilding of Poisson.
We wanted to commemorate her contributions with a statue as well.
I don't know what's Spina di Rosula was like in the past, but I know it's a great organization now.
With Navia around, we're not worried about this place's future.
We all love you, Miss Navia.
We're gathered here today to tell our boss
We are... No.
that we support you and believe in you wholeheartedly. I believe everyone is here for you, not the glory days.
That's what we believe as well.
Thank you so much, everyone. Then I'll be brave and just accept everyone's support for what it is. This really is quite the surprise. I never thought that I'd have the chance to stand next to my mother. Not even in my wildest dreams.
I like her dad. Her dad looks like a badass. I think it's the eye patch. Well, that would have been great to get her. Back again, Harry? The Mirror of Araset for her. The Mirror of Araset? I trust by now you know what it does. What are you talking about? It's not a mirror, it's a picture. I trust by now you know what it does. Oh, well, that's that. That was Navia's quest. Sounds like a game. Navia's quest. The Princess's Quest. Princess Quest. But yeah, I mean, I like Navia's character. I like her design. I like her voice. She's gone through a lot, and I mean, pretty much everyone in the game has some kind of tragic backstory, of course. But I think when it comes down to storylines, I think so far Fontaine seems to have some of the better ones. But that's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. No, yeah. But it's really cool. Well, I mean, shouldn't they have a way to, like, it's like, oh, well, based on what we've read about your mother, it's like, don't they have records of her, like, pictures of her mom that they basically had to do from, like, recollection and stuff like that? But her dad looks like a badass, but it's just the eye patch. But then again, Kaya has an eye patch, and he's a badass, too. He's also a jerk. But anyway. Yep, that was Navia's quest. Pretty cool. Yeah, let me know what your favorite Fontaine quest has been so far. But that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.